Well, hello and welcome once again to It's My YouTube and I'll blog if I want to, the place where the production values are so high we make sure that you get the full value of every penny you paid to watch my videos. Well, anyway, just something I'm doing quickly. One of the changes I've made in my life is since I've, actually quit smoking. I mean, occasionally I'll get a pack of cigarettes just because I feel like it. I think I have like a pack of cigarettes every like 3 or 4 months at this point now. And I found that this actually works pretty good and actually serves an additional purpose in that I got this, this is actually the Joytech OLED, well, you can't see Joytech there, but that, it says, why is my screen so grainy? Well, anyway, it's the eGrip OLED. Well, it's the eGrip and it's the OLED version of it. It's got this little screen here. .4. Okay, yeah. Usually I run this at a 3.3 volt, voltage profile. Just standard Ego battery profile for those of you who understand anything about vaping. For those of you who don't, an Ego is the usual round, big battery that you see people using. But although people have been getting into mods and boxes and all sorts of other crap or whatever, I got this because, the fact that it has all of the parts that I will need to make my planned permanent unit, which I'm actually, I've got the Doctor Who 11th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver remote that I bought off Amazon like a while back. And what I'm going to be doing, I've already taken it apart and gutted it and everything, and I wasn't able to get the parts when I intended to. So the amount that I would actually spend on the components is about what I spent on this. After about 1.5 years or so, sometimes 2 years, depending on who you talk to, the battery in this will eventually, go bad. And I can either replace the battery by actually getting the same type and then soldering, desoldering the old one out, soldering the new one in and closing it up, or a couple other things, like I can put a battery holder on the side for your standard 14500 batteries or maybe an 18650, or I can actually take it apart and use the components to make my make my real mod. Because with this, you have the coil down in this end, which is hooked by wires to the board. Well, if I take the board and put that there and then wire up a new battery, wire the power connectors from where it goes on the board to a different coil, it works all the same. I just reconfigured it. So I've got a couple of different ideas, for various things. But I mean, it's not for cloud chasers and whatever else, which, why anybody gets into it because, ooh, look at the clouds. I'm like, dude, how effective is it to keep me quit smoking? Well, anyway, what I've got in here right now, you'll see, is just the regular base. I did get this rebuildable base, which you see has the air intake directly into it. And I actually like the way that hits better. Because I had this extra, replaceable coil, I decided, hell, I may as well use it for a while. But part of what I've noticed about the world is everybody's about doing things the easy way rather than the right way. People, first off, I support gay marriage because I see nothing wrong with it. It doesn't affect my marriage. It doesn't increase the chances that somebody's going to be gay. I mean, they are or they aren't. The increase in the tax base formed by people getting married and everything ultimately serves society better. But more than anything, gay marriage is a non-issue for me. I mean, the fact is if two gay people want to get married, it's not, it has nothing to do with my life. So if that's what they want to do, go for it. People say, well, what if it did affect your life? Well, if it affected it negatively, that goes the same with anything that affects your life, actually affects your life negatively, then yes, you have a point to stand and say, no, it doesn't affect my life, positively or negatively. Well, I mean, actually, it probably might affect it annoyingly, because if I was still living in Atlanta, I had a lot of gay friends, and I'm like, crap, I really do not want to have to keep going gift shopping for every one of them that gets married. So it's less time that I have to spend dealing with whatever anyway. So, but this was actually one of the better decisions that I had made. And let me show you what I'm dealing with. This is the replaceable head. You have a top cap, you've got this chimney piece, and there you have the actual coil. And you get some charring and whatever else. And so, I mean, that's after a good month or so of use. And so we just get rid of that. Now you'll see on here, there's that little bit of charring in the middle. There you go, less than a minute, and it is noticeably cleaner. Now, yes, there is still some charring on that, but hey, because it's coil's 4 or 5 months old at this point, if I really decided I wanted to go through the full effort of doing a major cleaning and everything else, I could probably repolish the coil and all. I've been running this coil for about 4 months or whatever, and I may or may not actually replace it soon. I am going to eventually replace it, but for now, it's getting the job done. And so, I can very easily undo one of those 2 screws and pull off that middle block piece here. And then, actually go through, clean the whole thing. I've actually, every month, every other month anyway, I will actually completely take this thing apart. That piece in the middle, you can't see it very well on my screen. Oh yeah, you can there. There's a Phillips head or flathead screwdriver slot on either side of the hole. I'll actually take that out completely, and I'll really give it a good thorough cleaning. And it does pretty good. This is the Japanese cotton pads that it came with. And while I do like the Japanese cotton pads, I'm really not that big on the whole an eye vape with organic Japanese cotton or whatever. I normally put in friggin' just your basic friggin' dollar store cotton balls. And there is some problem with issue with that, but you just go and you take it and you just give it a twist to compact it, and then you feed it through. untwist it. Okay. Take my toilet paper or my vapor towel, as I've heard some of the wits, wanting to make, act like they're part of something bigger because, oh, look, I vape and everything. It's like people, it just, you have, a little bit charring, as the thing gets used occasionally. Clean that. Slide the chimney on. And then you just look down in there, make sure that on this particular one, only 2 of the holes on the side of this chimney piece are actually exposed to the liquid, because the mounting block actually covers 2 of the holes. But then you just kind of make sure that it's down there and that it covers those holes. That way it doesn't go leaking in. And then screw this back in the device and you're ready to go. Like I said, I'm still going to be using my replaceable coil in there for another couple of weeks anyway. I usually get a month off of the disposable coils, because they're just a bitch to rebuild. You can, and I actually like, this rebuildable coil better. It actually gives me a better hit. This one actually kind of drags a little bit. It's not too bad though. But using this, I've managed to not only get off of regular cigarettes, I've gone from spending approximately $60 to $80 a month on cigarettes down to $15 a month. This, well, it's a combination of a couple things, but those 3 cotton balls and that bit of wire I got for $2. Coil is very simple. You just wrap it a couple times, install it, and go. I'm willing to take the, 10 minutes that it takes to do a complete, from start to finish, undoing it, cleaning it, forming the coil, mounting it, installing it, and refilling. I'm willing to invest that $10 or those 10 minutes a month, 10 minutes every 3 months, to save me, let's just say, I was spending $60 a month on cigarettes. 20 packs, $3 a pack. Let's see, that's $45 a month. Or even taking it down. I'm still pending the 15 ohm thing, but now I've just saved which actually, if you look at it, how much I'm just saving in coils, savings is a lot lower, but I've been using that same coil of wire 4 months. Everybody else talks about how, I can only get like 3 weeks off of a coil before it burns out. First off, I don't run my voltages that high. I don't run my wattages that high, or any of the other variables that all of these people that go for the fucking mouth fedoras, want to sit there and look at, mine's got temperature control, and mine's got this, and mine's got that, and I'm like, motherfucker, can you check your email? Then shut the fuck up, okay? Dude, it's a friggin', it's a resistance heating device which delivers nicotine to keep you from smoking. not to make you the fucking cool kid on the block. Because, ooh, look, I got all this and this and this and this, and I've got variable voltage. You know, I can take this up to like 5.6 volts, I think. I don't know if it goes any higher. And up to like 20 watts. I keep it at 3.3 volts, and the wattage sets itself based on the resistance of the coil, but it gets the job done. People today, they're going for the easy way rather than the right way. I saw an article, well, I saw a headline of an article, actually. It was actually in one of those 5 cool devices you should get thing, and it actually said that majority of people are going to be smartphone only internet accessing. I don't really like using my phone for internet access. I use it to check my email because it's a very simple task that the phone handles well. I use it for maps and stuff like that because, well, I'm out somewhere and I need to know where the hell I'm going. I don't watch videos on my phone. I don't do a lot of the other stuff that, you know, out there like everybody else does because I have a computer. I didn't sit there, and when I didn't have a working computer for a little bit, I still didn't go and use my phone for everything. I got the gumption up to get a new computer. People are looking for the convenient thing rather than the right thing. They're looking for, they don't want to express an unpopular opinion because of how other people might feel. And I'm like, why do you care whether they like you because you support or don't support gay marriage? If whether you have one political opinion or not is the basis for somebody's approval of you as a person, why is that so important to you? Why is their existence in your life of any concern? Why is it that the feelings and opinion of somebody who could so easily dismiss the possibility of interacting with you because you support a candidate that they disagree with, that you support or do not support one position or another? I understand, yeah, you guys are not going to be, you know, don't discuss politics. I have a lot of people that I know that are screaming liberals. That, I mean, they are all for open borders and this, that, and the other. Oh, we should even give more welfare and more food stamps and more free college to illegal immigrants. But if you're an American citizen, then less food stamps, less benefits, less college tuition. In fact, increase the interest on student loans for citizens. Their positions piss me off, but I deal with them as we're both Doctor Who fans. We both like video games. They learned very quickly. After the first time, they talked about one of their opinions on they're undocumented immigrants. No, motherfucker, they're illegal. But they learn very quickly. Don't sit there and start trying to spout liberal politics around me. But I don't give a damn about your politics. I give a damn about who the hell you are. Anybody can, you know, think that homeless people should be locked up. And let's just put it this way, I'm not exactly opposed to that idea. I don't endorse it, but I wouldn't lose any sleep over it if the large bulk of homeless people that I used to know when I was out there were to no longer be in circulation. because a lot of people, myself included when I was out there, were not actually trying to get off the streets. But the thing is, anybody can sit there and see, oh, look at the $20 that I gave out to homeless people over the course of this week. I don't care if you give money or not. But what kind of person, and as has happened before, what kind of person goes out, soaks a sleeping homeless person down in gasoline, and then lights it? Being a good person doesn't require that you do above and beyond because it's the good thing to do. Yeah, that $5 you're telling me to go give to some homeless person may or may not go to drugs, may or may not go to bus fare, or whatever the hell else. But that $5 is my $5. But I'm not going to be sitting there lighting homeless people on fire. I'm not going to be going out there and, you know, making fun of them. I'm not going to be going out there and belittling them. See, everybody worries so much about how other people view what they do. I don't give a damn. I care about whether or not you do evil. If you do not do evil, then, you know, that's on you. You want to give homeless people money, you want to donate to breast cancer, you want to raise awareness for the starving orphans in Tibet. That's all good and well. As long as you're not going out there and putting people on the street. As long as you're not out there going and injecting cancer cells into women trying to give them breast cancer. As long as you're not going out there and trying to turn the Tibetan orphans into friggin' building materials. You know? I guess this video is also more just kind of notes for myself, because I do go back over some of my videos and I kind of sit there and see, yeah, I addressed this, and yeah, actually this is something I might want to get into, and eventually I'm going to actually start, you know, getting into the videos. And I know this one, more kind of a spur of the moment thing. I didn't really actually think much about what I was saying. It's just kind of like just things that bug me. But I mean, something to think about is, when was the last time that you actually thought about your life? When was the last time that you actually looked at what you do, how you do things? And I'm talking, first off, this is not, don't place a value judgment on the things. Just look at computer use, internet use. How do you access the internet? You know, people, well, on my phone. No, I mean, look at that. Okay, yes, you access it on your phone. Do you access it on a computer? Do you access it on a laptop? Do you access it at the library? At school? At work? Just look at all the ways you access the internet. Look at how you eat spaghetti. Look at how you interact with your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your significant other. Look at how you interact with your children. Look at, I mean, go out and look at trees. Look at a building. Don't sit there and, okay, well, there's the Equitable building, so I know that I'm... Look at it. Look at the color. Look at how the light reflects off of it. And then think about, when was the last time you were actively engaged with what you were doing? Last time you talked to your significant other? When was the last time when you said I love you to them that you actually had that understanding of how it makes them feel to hear that from you? The feeling of connection, what it is that made you want to be with this person for the rest of your life. You talk to your kids. When was the last time you felt like a parent? When it hit you that what you were saying to this child could someday later on shape the decisions they make and what kind of person they're going to be. When was the last time you looked at a building and noticed the way the sunlight and shadow play on the surface, the various colors, the textures of the cement of the old buildings? When was the last time you looked at a skyscraper and thought about the number of people involved in that, the time it took to design that, the coordination and everything? When was the last time you looked at something? Not just had it in your field of vision, you know, in a little labeled skyscraper means my destination is that way. When was the last time the things around you were there and present and part of your experience? When was the last time you looked at why you did things? You eat chocolate. What do you gain from the experience? How does it make you feel? Just anything. Pick one thing a day. Just look at life. Look at yourself. Look at things. I don't know. Eventually I'll actually have some sort of framework for these messages and so forth. Until then, by the way, I'm always looking for various supplies and things like that for my little projects and things like that. Hot glue sticks are always welcome. I may end up getting a Patreon thing at some point, you know, whatever else. But if you are interested in doing donations to, like, you know, if you go back on my old videos, you'll see my costume bills and stuff like that I'm going to be getting going again pretty soon. If you are interested in contributing to the various things, I know you can send messages on YouTube or whatever else, so go ahead and, go ahead and send me a message or whatever, and tell you about, okay, you know, it's like, or if you're going to do your money donations, I take Google Wallet. If you are going to do supplies or something like that or whatever, then we can talk about arrangements and things like that. But I am also looking, if somebody happens to have a Arduino, Raspberry Pi, or other microcontroller, there's some things that I want to start doing with that. And so, like, you know, hey, but like I said, go and look at the world. Look at yourself. Look at your interactions. And do that for a couple of weeks. In 2 weeks, I will talk about more about this. But like I said, for the next 2 weeks, at least one thing per day. A building, a sign, anything. Look at it. Actually look at it. You know, notice things. Scratches on it, dents, dings. If there's a dead bug stuck to it, what color is it? Notice things. Think about things. At least one interaction a day. Look at, you know, your connection to that person. You know, just everything. Just pick a couple of things. Like I said, at least one interaction, at least one thing, at least one experience. Step back and be in the moment. But think about that experience. The air on your skin, the smells around you, the sounds. Be there and present in that moment. And in a couple of weeks, we'll cover more on this. In the meantime, thank you, and keep watching my videos, because I need the attention. Anyway, thank you, and have a nice day.